And we are back again. Today is the final day of the Experience Trade Show. It is September 6th, 2024. We are just finishing up the last few hours here in Las Vegas, and I have another guest speaker, Jennifer Sterling.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. And you are the insurance person that has been wandering around and talking with us for the last day or two. And I appreciate you stopping by to do this interview because I want to hear more about your company. So who are you and who is your company?
Well, my name is Jennifer Sterling. I've been in the industry for almost 20 years, specifically to the fire, water, restoration, mold insurance needs of all the contractors in all 50 states. Um, I'm proud to say I write a package policy with general liability, pollution liability, professional liability on a flat rate, no audit. And we also work really strongly with people trying to navigate their workers' comp because we write the workers' comp and the auto as well as your equipment or either any franchise requirements or any TPA requirements.
So you're not an underwriting agency, though.
Well, we do some underwriting. Fire water restoration, not a lot of the carriers don't really like it. There's over 2,500 insurance companies in the country, and we're down to 5 that will write fire, water, mold packages, including the professional and the Baileys if they need that too.
How about you're reaching to Florida? Because I know there's a lot of issues down in Florida with insurance right now.
Sure. They've tried a lot of different things. Florida is not our only issue when it comes to the fire water restoration, guys. Texas is now becoming more of an issue with a new construction defect they're trying to push through, similar to the one they use in California with that 10-year construction defect. We're seeing a lot of trouble in Colorado. Um, I think a lot of the guys are really used to paying maybe $2,000 a unit for a truck. We're seeing these carriers trying to push it to 4,000 a unit. So it's sad. It's really important that these guys go back to the grassroots part of the business, look at your infrastructure, make sure you have good hiring practices. If you're taking a knucklehead out of a little tiny Honda Accord and sticking him into a gross vehicle weight 20,000-pound box truck, let's make sure he can park that truck. Let's have strong guidelines when it comes to cell phone use. The partner in the passenger seat, he's helping him park, find the address.
Well, a lot of that's OSHA regulations anyway.
Sure, but our guys are just not doing it. They're going a mile a minute. It's a very unique industry. Sometimes it's an emergency, and so they're going fast. Sometimes it's in the middle of the night, and some of those safety measures just get avoided.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we see that in so many different industries, and we're always hearing about the terrible accidents that are happening. But, we teach in our classes about the whole OSHA side of it, where companies need to have written policies about text phones and
Cell
cell phone use.
Mhm.
And again, we get the same, oh, we didn't know that. So as far as the insurance policies, do you actually do an audit of potential customers to help them know what you can do for them?
So what we like to do is we like to set up an analysis, so to speak. It's a 1 hour Zoom, a free consulting. We'll review all of your policies. We'll look at the Secretary of State, your contractor's license. A lot of these guys will have like an ampersand versus the and sign, or they change the name from restoration to restores. So we like to look at it from beginning to the end, make sure we're crossing every T, dotting every I, making our suggestions. Sometimes, our suggestions are all you need. However, other times you're working with a local agent who's not familiar with, your needs. Your COIs are taking forever to get. They don't understand the wording. The policy doesn't include those particular endorsements, which hold the guy up from getting on a job
Right.
or sometimes getting paid. I see a lot of guys that are subcontracting. They're not making sure they're being indemnified by their subs.
Right. They don't even know if their subs have
Sure.
insurance.
It's a fancy word for cover your ass. You got to do it. You got to make sure whoever you're letting do work on your behalf has got the right insurance in case they screw up their policy pays for it.
How are you guys with the AOBs, the assignment of benefits that we're still hearing about through Florida and other parts of the South?
Well, I kind of stay out of all that, you know.
Good move.
Yeah,
Good
I
move.
kind of stay out of it. I kind of feel like Switzerland at times. I'll support the franchises, I'll support the TPAs, and I love my independent guys. So I just really try to stay in my lane. I wish more lawyers did that. They try to tell you that your insurance is fine. I have a lot of guys who tell me like, "Oh yeah, I'm covered under the other guy," or "No, fake news."
You don't need underinsured. You're
Yeah,
fine.
you're fine. A lot of them don't realize if their guys are in an auto accident, it's a workers' comp claim.
Yeah.
And if you know the other driver's at fault, well, you sure as heck should call their insurance before you start opening up a claim on yours, because
Absolutely.
these carriers are taking forever to subrogate. And you think like, well, it wasn't our fault. This shouldn't affect my experience rating month on my workers' comp. And it really does. So, and we pride ourselves in workers' comp. Workers' comp audits, we all know are a nightmare. So, I try to help with those too.
Do you have agents local in different parts of the country, or are you all based out of one area?
We're all of my back office is all over the country. However, I am the horse's mouth. The buck stops here. So, I know every account I have, and I'm blessed with being able to work with people who are wanting to do the right thing. They just never were told how to do the right thing.
Yeah, I saw one of your taglines, and I got to find it here for a minute. Your pollution solution,
Sure.
and then it follows up with Nationwide Insurance Broker. We actually use the terminology in some of our training. The solution to pollution is dilution.
I like that.
And
like
it's all
that.
about, indoor air quality and things like that. So
Sure.
it caught my eye when I saw the catchphrase.
Huh.
We use it. We also do things with our technology. It's like when you use technology that's proactive, would you rather be standing in the solution or the pollution? And,
Correct.
oh, I want to be in the
Correct.
solution. Well, that's what we
Correct.
do.
Correct.
So it definitely caught my eye. And
It was a tagline that was indentured to me by an underwriter who was a key component in writing one of the first contractor pollution liability policies almost more than 20 years ago. And that's another thing guys don't realize. General liability is not enough. That covers slipping, falling, break a vase, scratch a wood floor, all the crap these guys are going to write a check for or fix with one of their employees. That policy is great for that. However, if you're going to disperse a pollutant, anything to do with a liquid, solid, or gas is an exclusion on the general liability policy.
Yeah.
So if you're working with a local agent, you should go look at your general liability policy and see if there's a total pollution exclusion, which means you have no coverage for the work you're doing.
wonderful.
So
Wonderful. Oh, let's ask about one other thing that's always like a taboo subject with our industry. As far as insurance goes, do you provide any kind of health insurance?
that's a great question.
I thought so.
I'm currently working with the Helios Group, who's been endorsed, both of us, by the IICRC, and we have created a group way of providing benefits to your employees. And I think that's great because I think a lot of people forget that employees want to feel like they're part of the family. And what a better way to have retention with your employees is to give them just a little something, something. Maybe, if it costs you a couple $100 a month and they pay the other half, they're not going to leave you. They're likely to stay.
And you're able to set that up with the individual companies?
Sure. Yes. Through the Helios Group and myself.
Interesting.
So we just became the preferred broker for the IICRC, and they're handling the benefit side.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Anything else you want to tell us about your company or you?
Gosh, we love this industry very much. We're very loyal to it. There's 3 or 4 main brokers in the country like ourselves that really know the industry inside out. I'd love to help you all out. Like I said, we're great with the workers' comp. That seems to be the biggest struggle these guys are having right now, and the auto. But keep in mind, some of these carriers will not even look at auto or workers' comp unless you're put in one of these packages first. So that's the trick.
Okay, very cool. Good show for you.
Been a great show. I love it. I love it. Good to be
I
here.
mean, it's hot. It's hot outside.
It's really hot, y'all. I think it's 109.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel awful. but thank you.
Anxious to see the Eagles win tonight.
Oh, you're an Eagles fan?
I am.
Okay, we're gonna end the interview now.
Go Birds.
No, Giants, Giants.
At least you're in the right, division.
Right. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Lance. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.